Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today, well, another reaction video anyway, but obviously I think you guys knew that this is my reaction channel. I don't know how many of you know that I actually have a gaming channel, which is my main channel, but please check that out in the link in the description below. Now that I think about it, I might as well just put it there. Even though I think it's already in my channels section. It's already in there, I mean. I'll still leave the link in the description for you guys below. Anyway, I think this is one of those, it's one of those interesting fact videos. I mean, it's not like the list, like the top 25, 15, 100, you name it. How many ever facts you want to name, like, this is just supposed to be about the ocean and the crazy stuff that we don't know about it, apparently. And according to scientists, this is prior knowledge I know, by the way, before watching this. I don't really know if I've watched this before or not, but if I did, it was a while ago. So I'm not going to remember too much from watching it. But it's not supposed to be like a creepy video, but from what I've seen from many reactions or thumbnails of reactions, this is supposed to be kind of unsettling. Now, not like jump scare or makes you want to hide in your under your cover scary, but just scary as in, like, you know, like there's just that feeling of goosebumps going up your spine or something like that. So anyway, enough of the talking. Let's get into this. We reacted to a facts video. That was actually my first video back from being on for a while. But anyway, we're going to be reacting to another one of those. This is about the ocean, and so the ocean is way deeper than you think. I knew that pretty clearly. I mean, as deep as we know it so far is the Mariana Trench, but from what we know, it could be even deeper than that, because like I said, we've only explored 5% of the ocean. So that is crazy to think that we've only explored that much of it, and there could be so much out there that we don't know about, and for all we know, this could be like Kraken type stuff that we don't want to meet. But it's crazy to think what could be down there. So anyway, enough of me talking. Let's get into the reaction.
The ocean is really, really deep. Deeper, in fact, than most of us realize. If you were to shave off all of the land from the tops of every continent and island in the world and fill up the ocean's deepest points with that land, then the entire Earth would be covered in an ocean 2 miles deep. 3/4 of our planet is already covered in water, though, and it goes a lot deeper than just 2 miles. Let's start with a sense of scale. This dot right here is the size of an average human. This slightly...
As I've found out, the ocean is just about as deep as Mount Everest. So, heck, really, the ocean can be up to about 5 or 6 miles deep in that case, because that's how tall Mount Everest is. Actually, Mount Everest is about close to 6 miles tall. So yeah, the ocean can be close to 5 miles deep. Are we doing all right here? Yeah, we're doing all right. I pulled up OBS. I apologize. My gosh. Go full screen. Well, we're having some issues here, guys. For some reason, it doesn't want to be full screen. Now you guys are seeing all this stuff around. You don't need to be seeing that. Okay, thank you for allowing me to make this full screen again. I apologize for that. That was not meant to be seen. So let's hop back into the video if it's gonna let us. Okay.
The larger dot is the size of an elephant, and this is the size of the largest ship ever built, the Knock Nevis.
Wow,
with that in mind, let's start going underwater and see what we find out. The first milestone is at 40 meters below the surface, which is the maximum depth allowed for recreational scuba diving. A little further down at 93 meters.
Well, farther than 40 meters, actually the pressure. Yeah, the reason why we probably are not legally allowed to go farther than that for recreational use is because, like, the pressure at that point is probably already so major that, like, we could die from going farther than that. So that's believable. Of course, not all parts of the ocean, though, are that deep, but of course there are also the parts of the ocean that are that deep. So yeah, let's see what 93.
This is where the wreck of the Lusitania was discovered, which is interesting because the Lusitania itself is 240 meters long, which means that it sank in water shallower than it is long, so if the ship was standing on its stern or bow, it would be sticking out of the water.
Yeah.
Just slightly deeper than that, at 100 meters,
sense.
is where diving can become seriously fatal if you're not careful because of...
Oh, okay, I see. So 40 is just the legal limit, you know, just to make sure you don't... Just to make sure that doesn't happen, because there's a possibility. It's not major past 40 meters. So 100 meters is really as far as you could go. Of course, you're illegally doing it if you go farther than 40 meters. Also, I apologize if I've shown looks of anger or frustration, but I'm not angry or frustrated. I just have this weird itch going on between my fingers, and it hurts, so... Yeah.
Decompression sickness. But that didn't stop a man named Herbert Nitsch to accomplish the free diving world record at a depth of 214 meters.
Wow.
This guy swam down to this level with just one single breath. But a little further down at 332 meters, we have the scuba diving world record, which was accomplished...
Yeah, at that point, I would have thought that a human would explode going that far down, but apparently apparently still going that far down, you won't explode. Wow.
By another man named Ahmed
That's
Gabir.
almost,
if he had swam...
And if I'm correct, that's close to 1,000 feet. That's crazy. That's crazy the pressure hasn't killed you yet.
Down another 111 meters, then he would have reached the height of the Empire State Building if it was submerged underwater.
Wow.
And a little further than that, at 500 meters below the surface, we arrive at the maximum dive depth of blue whales.
So there should be no way that a human even has a chance to live that far down. Like, by then you would have thought that the human will just bust open and blood and guts is everywhere for, I guess, sharks to eat if they can even go that far down. So basically, I would imagine 500 meters would be about as far down as we've gone in the ocean. So yeah, I believe I've seen this video before, but it was just a long while ago, and I didn't completely see the whole entire video. That's crazy, but past 500 meters, we probably don't even know it's past that. Because, of course, the biggest sea creatures that we know of, anyway, that's as far down as they go. So, we probably haven't been farther down than that, I would imagine.
Largest creatures on the planet, and also the limit of the U.S. Seawolf-class nuclear submarine. At 535 meters, we can witness the maximum dive depth of emperor penguins, and this is when we must bring up the intensity of water pressure. At this level below the surface, the water pressure exerted on a person or the penguins would be roughly equivalent to a polar bear standing on a quarter. So further down the depths at 830 meters would be the height of the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, the tallest building in the world. Once we hit 1,000 meters below the surface, we begin to enter the scary zone.
Yeah, the scary zone. Okay, so 1,000 meters, we have no clue what's down there. So I was wrong. There's only... You had to go double the distance of what I was thinking. So 1,000 meters is where we really don't know what we're dealing with at that point, because that is just... Of course, it's a scary zone because we have no clue what's down there. So that has to be what's scary about it, is the fact that we have no clue what's farther than that. And that is probably the... And anywhere at this point and farther is probably the 95% of the ocean that we have yet to discover. Hopefully one day we do discover it, but maybe we don't even want to discover it. That's the problem with that. We don't even know if we want to discover this. For all we know, we could find like the Megalodon down here or something. Or a much scarier version of it. Who knows?
From the surface can no longer reach beyond this point, so the rest of the ocean below is shrouded in permanent darkness. On top of that, the water pressure you would experience at this point would be about the same as if you were standing on the surface of the planet Venus, meaning that you would die very quickly. You would also meet the giant squid at this sea level if the water pressure didn't already kill you. At 1,280 meters, we reach the maximum depth dived to by the leatherback sea turtle, and further down at 1,828 meters, we would reach the deepest part of the Grand Canyon were it to be underwater with us. Down at 2,000 meters, we start to encounter some of the more terrifying sea creatures, like the ominously named black dragonfish, a carnivorous beast with a stomach that...
Yeah, one of the few creatures that we know. By the way, there could be many more of creatures like this below the ocean. That is why we are all terrified, so very terrified of the ocean.
It doesn't allow light to be emitted through it, meaning that since we're in total darkness underwater at this point, the only way you would ever see this thing is with a flashlight.
Oh my goodness.
A little further down at 2,250 meters, we would reach the maximum depth dived to by both sperm whales and the very frightening colossal squid. Sperm whales often have sucker marks and scars left on their bodies from battles with the colossal squid that likely take place at these incredible depths.
You see, I would have thought it was
themselves can grow to be
pressure,
14 meters long and weigh up to 750 kilograms with eyes the size of a dinner plate and razor-sharp sickles in the middle of their tentacles. So yeah, good luck with that down there.
I want to go near a squid
down
now.
At 3,800 meters, we can find the wreck of the RMS Titanic. And a bit past that, at 4,000 meters, we start to enter the abyssal zone of the ocean. Water pressure is at an astonishing 11,000 pounds per square inch down here, and there are numerous strange, almost alien-like creatures that inhabit these depths, such as the fangtooth, anglerfish, and viperfish.
But like I said, only one of the very few sea creatures that we do know about. Which there could be many, many more of these scary, scary creatures in these depths of the ocean.
Down at 4,267 meters is the average depth of the ocean where you would normally expect to hit the floor, but there are parts of the ocean that go significantly deeper than even this. At 4,791 meters rests the wreckage of the battleship Bismarck, sunk during World War II, and way down at 6,000 meters is the beginning of the Hadal Zone, named after the underworld Hades itself.
At that point, people start to think they've entered hell, don't they?
1,100 times what you would experience way back on top at the surface, which is roughly equal to an elephant balancing on a postage stamp, or a single person carrying the weight of 50 Boeing 747 jumbo jets.
Yeah, you pretty much have to be like an insane... Like, you have to be an abnormally large bodybuilder to even have a chance to survive down here. And you don't even know what's down here to possibly just eat open your flesh. So even at that point, I wouldn't suggest you coming down here.
Down at these depths, you would be...
And I don't even think it's physically possible to bodybuild to the point where you could handle that much pressure. It's just not.
Crushed immediately without any outside
protection.
Don't try it. But life still exists down here in various strange forms. At 6,500 meters, we reach the maximum depth that the DSV Alvin can dive to, a popular research submarine that helped to discover the Titanic.
Exactly. See, I told you submarines are going to have a hard time staying afloat.
8,848 meters below the surface, and we have arrived at the height of Mount Everest, where to be upside down and placed underwater. And then way further...
That's all, and that's about... That has to be about 5 or 6 miles underwater there. We're really deep in the ocean now. Like, oh, okay. Don't take anything bad from that, please. If I say the word deep again, I'm getting demonetized. So please don't listen to me.
Past even that, at 10,898 meters, we arrive at the depth reached by James Cameron in 2012 during the Deep Sea Challenger mission. The deepest point in the ocean yet reached by humans was back in 1960, though, when two men named Don Walsh and Jacques Piccard reached a depth of 10,916 meters using their Trieste submarine. It took them 5 hours to descend through the ocean to this depth, and they only stayed for 20 minutes before a window cracked and they began to resurface. Just a bit further down from there...
I bet it was actually quicker for them to get up to the surface though than it was to the bottom. Which, by the way, in this situation is very, very beneficial because actually in a lot of these scary, scary situations, like if you're in space, it takes about the same amount of time to get back as it did there, but because of how the ocean works, it's actually harder to go down than it is to go up. So what's beneficial about the ocean is, like, it takes a lot longer to go down than it does up. So if you're ever in a sea pickle, you know, just float back up because it's going to happen much quicker than you came down. I mean, like, it will still take a while because of how deep you are, but I mean, you're going to get back in a much quicker amount of time than it took for you to get down there.
10,972 meters, and we reach the average flight altitude of a commercial airliner. So if you've ever looked out of a window while on a flight and looked down to the ground, that's a very good sense of how incredibly...
Okay, just revert that but in an upward sense and think that you're at the bottom of the ocean pretty much. Yeah, just revert that. Instead of looking down, think if you're in a submarine at that depth, you're looking up, and that's about how far you are away from where planes in the sky would be, which would be a scary thought. Because that's almost like if we drowned in air or something, we would want to fly all the way. We would want to, yeah, basically fly all the way up to these depths.
Deep down
Okay,
into the abyss that we are currently at. Finally, when we hit 10,994 meters, we have hit the bottom of the known ocean called the Challenger Deep, right here on this map just about 300 kilometers southwest of Guam Island. However, it is believed that there are almost certainly even deeper parts of the ocean than this that just haven't been discovered yet. It wasn't until 1997, after all, that the Sirena Deep was discovered with a depth of 10,732 meters, making it the second deepest known point in the ocean. It is estimated that only about 5% of the ocean's floor has been accurately mapped, leaving the other 95% to be currently a mystery.
Real-life lore.
It may be only a matter of time before an even deeper part of our ocean is found, and who knows what we may discover there. So thank you for taking the time to watch.
I don't want to know. So anyway, it didn't really get too creepy because basically it just showed us the depths that we knew already. But yeah, I didn't even know that I watched this already. But now I can actually recall rewatching this again. But anyway, I just wanted to react to this video because, well, I've seen it's been very, very popular around the internet recently, or at least within several months it's been pretty popular, and a lot of people have been reacting to it. And by the way, most people have made this video they've made it out to be very, very scary. And it really just depends on who you are, how scary it really is. I didn't find it to be that scary because think about it, the ocean is really a choice. You may never even have to go down near the ocean if you don't want to. I mean, that's really up to you if you want to explore the ocean or not. I'm not going to, more than likely ever. But you know, once if they do ever discover how deep the ocean really is, even farther than the depths that we know about so far, then I'll be amazed, and I'll find out what they've found out, because hopefully the scientists are going to tell us. But you never know. Science is a crazy, crazy invention. But yeah, before I go on talking for too long, I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. And if you guys enjoy videos like these, why not like and subscribe for more content like this? And if you guys have any more video suggestions for the future, please leave them down in the comments below. It'd be very, very helpful to know what you want me to react to next. And yeah, like I said, why not like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. If you didn't enjoy it, dislike it, leave a mean comment, whatever you want to do. It's the internet. You're free to express your opinion. But yeah, I really don't care what you do. It'd be very, very thoughtful of you if you liked and subscribed, but I can't guarantee you'll do that. But if you would, I'd be very, very thankful. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.